Namaskara. We are standing at a critical juncture in Karnataka's history. It is November 2025. We have completed exactly 30 months, 2.5 years of the current government. Usually, a halfway mark is a time for review. But in Karnataka, it has become a time of suspense. The administration is currently in a gridlock, frozen by what we call the November Revolution speculation, the rumored transfer of power from CM to DCM. But while the leaders play musical chairs, what is happening to the state? Today, we are not here to take sides. We are here to audit the books. We will look at the pending legal cases, the policy paradoxes affecting the middle class, and most importantly, why we, the educated voters, need to stop acting like fans and start acting like employers. Let's dive in. First, we must address the elephant in the room. Why is the administration paralyzed? Because both power centers are fighting battles for survival in the courts. This isn't gossip, these are legal facts. The clean socialist image has taken a massive hit. The Mysuru Urban Development Authority land allotment involving the CM's family is not just a media story, it is a legal noose. With the Enforcement Directorate attaching assets and the governor's sanction for prosecution still being a point of contention in the courts, the CM's focus is split between governance and legal defense. This is arguably more damaging. Funds meant for scheduled tribe welfare were allegedly diverted to Hyderabad for election funding. For a leader who champions the Ahind, minorities, backward classes, Dalits platform, this is a moral crisis that has shaken the confidence of his core base. DKshi is waiting in the wings, but his path isn't clear either. The CBI and Lovit tug of war continues. While he has managed to get some relief from the Supreme Court on technical grounds regarding the previous government sanction, the core investigation into his assets remains a sword hanging over his head. When the top two leaders are busy consulting lawyers instead of engineers, files don't move. Bureaucrats enter wait and watch mode. This is the definition of policy paralysis. Now, let's look at the administration's impact on your daily life. Yes, millions are getting zero bills. That is a fact. But economics is a zero-sum game. Someone has to pay. If you are a middle-class citizen who barely crosses the 200 unit limit, or if you run a small commercial shop, you have noticed the tariff hikes. The cross-subsidy burden has shifted entirely to the tax-paying middle class and MSMEs. We are essentially robbing Peter to pay Paul without expanding the energy grid. There has been a quiet crackdown on licenses for generic medicine stores under the guise of quality control. Generic medicines are the lifeline for the poor and middle class. By tightening the noose on these outlets, are we prioritizing big pharma lobbies over affordable healthcare? A socialist government should be expanding generic access, not restricting it. The government hiked the additional excise duty AED on liquor and beer, claiming it generates revenue. They often claim high prices reduce consumption and domestic violence. The data shows the opposite. Revenue targets force officials to push sales. The safety metric is a lie. High prices just mean the daily wage earner spends a larger chunk of his income on the same bottle, leaving less for his family. It is a regressive tax on addiction. The deputy CM, effectively the Bangalore minister, has proposed massive capex projects. the 40,000 crore rupee tunnel road and the Skydeck. Tunnels are 20th century solutions for 21st century problems. They induce more demand. If you build it, cars will come. The work from home missed opportunity. Why is the government afraid to mandate work from home WFH for the IT sector? If 40% of tech park employees work from home, the real estate value of those parks drops. The cab lobby suffers. The fuel consumption drops, lowering tax revenue. The government is prioritizing the real estate economy over the quality of life of the citizen. They offer subsidies for companies to move to Tier 2 cities, Tumkur, Hassan. But this is a band-aid. Companies don't follow subsidies, they follow talent. And talent stays in Bengaluru because that's where the ecosystem is. Until you build social infrastructure, schools, nightlife, hospitals, in Tier 2 cities, subsidies are just paper planes. So, why are we here? Why do we tolerate this Game of Thrones style war between two individuals while the state suffers? It is because we have forgotten our role. We act like fans of a cricket team, cheering for Team Sidhu or Team DKshi. In a democracy, the voter is the employer. The MLA is the employee. Currently, these employees are fighting publicly over who gets to sit in the manager's chair, while we, the owners of the company, the state, stand outside and watch. We don't need a revolution in the streets. We need a revolution in the mindset. A politician doing his job, building a road, supplying water, is not a favor. It is their duty, paid for by your tax money. Do not garland them for doing the bare minimum. When they distract you with language wars or caste census debates, ask, what is the status of the drain in Ward 42? Where is the audit report of the tunnel project? Whether you subscribe to specific movements like Prajakya or just general democratic principles, the logic is sound. Transparency is non-negotiable. We need a system where MLAs are selected based on their resume of solutions, not their net worth or caste strength. The next 2.5 years can go two ways. Scenario A, we watch them fight, the bureaucracy sleeps, and we get more potholes and higher taxes. Scenario B, we realize we are the boss. We demand that the high command is not in Delhi, but in the living rooms of the 7 crore Kannadigas. The music for the musical chairs has to stop. And we are the ones who need to pull the plug. Think about it.